counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. While Thunder is live at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, I'll interrupt them here for an hour, and then we'll wrap things up over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Middays with Thunder. But the Brewers back in action today. Game number 3 of the series. Freddie Peralta on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Merrill Kelly of Texas. 1:35 first pitch from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Game number 147 of the season. What's the lineup looking like today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First up for Texas, Josh Smith is the shortstop. He will lead things off for the Rangers. Wyatt Langford in left field will bat second. Jock Peterson, the DH, will bat third. Jake Berger at first base bats fourth today. Josh Young at third base will bat fifth. Kyle Higashioka is the catcher, batting sixth. Alejandro Osuna in right field bats seventh today. Cody Freeman at second base will bat eighth. Michael Hellman in center field will bat ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang at second base, leading things off for the Crew. Jackson Churio in left field will bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bowers bats fourth today. He's the first baseman. Sal Frelick in right field to bat fifth. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh. Danny Jansen, the catcher, batting eighth. Rounding things out, the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. Yeah, I mean, this has been the Michael Hellman series. We saw what he did in game number 1. Had a fantastic day again yesterday for the Texas Rangers as the Milwaukee Brewers thought they had that one yesterday. Thought everything was going to go well for the Brewers. Chad Patrick was on the bump for Milwaukee. Coming up, trying to make sure that he can get things done. He has not been optioned down. No moves made for the Milwaukee Brewers today in regards to their lineup or roster. The Brewers still could clinch a postseason berth today with a win and then losses from the Reds, the Giants, and the Dodgers, looking to make their 7th postseason appearance in the last 8 years. They have made it 3 years in a row. The magic number to clinch the National League Central is at 11. That's a combination of Brewers wins and Cubs losses for Milwaukee. Now just a 6.5 game lead in the National League Central. It was 8.5, I believe, 2 days ago. Cubs are now 2-0 in their last 2. Best record in baseball. The Brewers still have it by just a slim margin of 3.5 games. This little skid with Texas not doing them any favors. Brewers trying to get to 90 wins for the 11th time in franchise history with the victory today as well. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We've been dancing around it here. Let's get to the recap from yesterday. It's called The Rewind.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
It was Chad Patrick going up against Jack Leiter yesterday as Patrick returns from AAA Nashville to make the start for Milwaukee, and he started off all right in this one. He would give up a run in the second inning. That came courtesy of a Cody Freeman single that would bring Josh Young home to score. The Brewers found themselves down 1-0 through 2 in this one. Jump ahead to the 5th inning. The Brewers would tie things up. Caleb Durbin would fly out to center field, but Joey Ortiz beats out an infield single, a ground rule double from Jackson Chourio. You thought, man, they're going to get screwed out of this one again. Think again, Christian Yelich.
And Yelich right back to the box. Leiter knocks it down. Cannot recover. Everybody safe. It went from the penthouse to the outhouse, back to the penthouse. All in one motion. And it's an RBI for Yelich. And the Brewers have tied this game.
Highlights courtesy FanDuel Sports Network as Christian Yelich. I think, it was hard hit. Jack Leiter got intimidated by the speed and made things 1-1 after Yelich tied things up with that rip back up the middle. Yelich would steal second base. That would make it a lot easier for him to come home, thanks to William Contreras on this RBI single.
Contreras center field. That's going to get down, a base hit. In to score Chourio. Yelich right behind him. He is in. And it's a 2 RBI single for Contreras.
Chad Patrick came out again for the 5th inning with the lead this time and a chance to get the victory. He was 3-8 on the season coming into this game. Cody Freeman, he got him to strike out swinging, then allowing the walk to Jonah Heim. We'll get more on that walk in the sound from Chad Patrick in postgame. And that's when Michael Hellman decided to homer again. He's having just an unreal series right now. Tied things up 3-3. Aaron Ashby would come in. He gave up a leadoff single. Then Wyatt Langford would triple to bring home another run. That would make things 4-3. Kyle Higashioka doubles. That makes it 5-3. The Brewers were down 2 just as quick as they were up 2 in this one. The bats go dormant for most of the game. Then in the 9th, they made things interesting after Caleb Durbin flew out to lead off the inning. Maybe the hottest hitter on the team, Jake Bauers, at the plates.
Bauers drills one deep right center. Way back there. Goodbye. A monster shot by Jake Bauers. And it's a 1-run game. No ballpark was keeping that one in.
Jake Bauers homering 443 feet. Absolutely pieced that one to make it a 1-run game. Chourio would single in the inning after that, but Christian Yelich lines out to end the game. Final score of 5-4 in favor of the Rangers for this one. The Brewers now drop 2 in a row. The win goes to old friend Hobie Milner. He's now 3-4 on the season. Aaron Ashby, a rough outing, 1 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He gets the loss. The performance from the starter, Chad Patrick, 4 1/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, but 3 walks as well for Chad Patrick. Now his ERA, 3.7 on the year. Not terrible. Aaron Ashby, Grant Anderson, Tobias Myers finished things off for the Crew as they drop now to 89-57. Still a phenomenal record as Texas improves to 76-70. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers, Rangers. I mentioned a couple of things there. Jake Bauers, with that homer in the 9th, is on a 6-game hitting streak while batting .563, 9 for 16, has 2 homers, 7 RBIs during that stretch. His on-base percentage at .611. He has belted his 3rd career pinch hit homer yesterday as well. That's why you keep him. Something like that. Made the Siegler move yesterday look pretty good in favor of Pat Murphy. Brewers looking to get to win number 90 on the season. Freddie Peralta entering the day with a very nice 29-inning scoreless streak, only longer than the only one longer in Brewers history. Teddy Higuera back in 1987 went 32 innings, so Freddie's got to get through the 3rd and get one more out to try to make that his best. He enters the day in the top 4 in the major leagues in the following categories. He has the most wins, tied for the most wins at 16. The opponent's batting average of 190 is second best. His hits per 9 of 6.1 is second best. And his ERA of 2.5 is the 4th best in all of baseball. But after the game was over, we got to hear from the other pitcher, Chad Patrick, who suffered another no decision, has had a very unlucky record when looking at his performances this year. Here is Chad Patrick after the 5-4 loss in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, just can't happen. You get the guy where you want him, and you're just not executing the pitches after that. I think that's the toughest thing to swallow about the home run is just not executing the pitch to put him away.
Did you feel pretty good up until that point?
Yeah, I felt like I was cruising, doing everything I needed to do, get us back in the dugout to hit, and, just kind of ran into one there. So
it seems like you were able to establish cutter early, and then you had some success with the fastball up. What was the game plan coming into tonight?
Yeah, I think it was pretty simple. Just attack guys, just like I've been doing. It's just frustrating, couple walks, and 2 of them end up scoring. I think that's just what I'm frustrated with tonight. Is just uncompetitive at bats. So,
what about in the helmet at bat? It looked like that pitch was away.
Yeah,
was it where you wanted it?
I mean, yeah, I wanted it away, and it was a good pitch. He just put a good swing on it. He's having a great series so far against us. So, I just. I keep going back and watching it. I'm like, how? Asking that question every time. But, you got to find a way to get in the dugout after they put up 3 runs for the team. And just got to find a way to get in there and put up a 0.
There is Chad Patrick speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy of Adam McCalvey on Twitter. Michael Hellman, this series this guy is having against the Brewers. Game number 1, he was 2 for 3. Had a homer and a double. Yesterday, 1 for 2 with a homer. He has 7 RBIs as well during that stretch. He has not been up very long. He's been up since June 30th with the Texas Rangers. He came into this series batting .217, and now he is batting .255. His OPS was .772 on Sunday. Today, it is .961. I mean, I understand he doesn't have a huge sample size, but that's just ridiculous. You're on a tear if you got 2 homers and 7 RBI over the last 2 games now for Michael Hellman. Made a great play to rob a homer as well in this series. He's been just the Brewers' kryptonite at this point. He's batting 9th in their order doing all of this, doing that all before the top of the order. A huge benefit for the Texas Rangers as well. In the game yesterday, a couple other performances to look back on for Milwaukee. The Brewers fell 4-5. They did have 11 hits in the game. That's not very common for Milwaukee to lose when they are out hit. They are 63-12 now when they out hit their opponent in the ball game. They were 63-11. Going into yesterday, 3 hits from Jackson Churio, 2 hits from Yelich, 2 hits from Contreras. I mean, just doesn't make sense how more runs don't come across the board when you have your 2 through 4 hitter with that stat line. Andrew Vaughn picked up another hit. Caleb Durbin, Joey Ortiz, Jake Bowers rounds it out with 1 apiece from each of those guys. Jake Bowers, though, like I said, him staying hot right now can only help the Brewers at this stretch. They are looking to avoid being swept today for only the 2nd time this season. And we all remember the last time the Brewers got swept. That was the opening series with the New York Yankees, in which they couldn't do anything correct during that. It has been a long road of 2025, but that's the last time the Brewers were swept in a series, that opening series against New York. After the game was over, the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the 5-4 loss to Texas. Here is Pat Murphy after the game.
Just take your hat off to Texas. I mean, the way those guys played, they were relentless. They came back once we got ahead. And, they made great defensive plays. I mean, we're watching a kid in center field. He changed the game. Caught Durbin's ball, ran it down. That's not an easy ball. Runs down Durbin's ball and then robs a home run from Terang. Was it a home run?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, runs out, and that's the deepest part of the park. Like in our park, that's by the slide or whatever. So it's at least over the bullpen. And hey, credit to them and credit to us for keeping banging away, and making the game close. Thought it was they did a great job. Their pitching staff and their defense and their offense. They hit in the clutch. All their hits counted. We couldn't break through like that. Once we got the lead, we couldn't break through. And, I credit the Rangers.
For Patrick, he was in a good stretch, and then 0-2 to a walk looked like it changed things.
Yeah. Yeah, 0-2 to a walk. That's and he's a young pitcher. He's a rookie, a young pitcher that didn't expect to be in the big leagues this year, and then all of a sudden he's had 20 starts or whatever he's at. So. Yeah, he still makes rookie mistakes, but he did a nice job. You got to give him credit too. He did a nice job.
What were your impressions about Michael Hellman? I don't know if he was how high on the schedule, but he was.
Well, he's been swinging the bat great and been playing great. We obviously noticed that, but yeah, he's having some kind of series. This kid is, could intentionally walk him 4 times tomorrow.
As we're all trying to watch how you navigate the extra bat with Reese, the early pinch hit, that opens up some new doors maybe?
Yeah, but you lose one of the best defensive shortstops in the game. That's kind of daunting.
There is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the game. That last question, Rhys Hoskins getting the pinch hit appearance in the game yesterday. He popped out in his only AB and then was the defensive replacement for Andrew Monasterio as well. But good to see him back swinging a bat for Milwaukee in some role, as we learned yesterday when Rhys Hoskins spoke to the media. He had basically told everyone that his role was going to be diminished from the last time he was with the Milwaukee Brewers before he went to the IL. He's going to be more of a pinch hit bench type role. Andrew Vaughn has been hot. Jake Bauers has been hot. So a lot less Rhys Hoskins, but he handled it like a true professional. Guy sounded like he was excited still to be a part of the team and back up. And it really justifies a lot of what Milwaukee had done in order to make sure that Rhys Hoskins was ready to come back, and also how long it took them to bring him back up from AAA Nashville. It is the leadoff show. On the other side, we'll get into our Building a Winner feature and a little bit of Eye on the Enemy as well coming up later on in the program. Drew Wagner joins the show in about a half hour or so, 1:15. Austin Herdina at the top of the hour at the Potawatomi Sportsbook to get us some of the best bets if you want to get any action on today's game. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it earlier in the program, looks like this. Bryce Terang to lead things off. He's at second base. Jackson Churio in left field will bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bauers at first base bats fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field batting fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, batting eighth. Rounding things out, shortstop Joey Ortiz.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you building a winner. Be a cowboy of the sky. Apply now at IWL8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again, Ironworkers Local 8, for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. We don't have much time left to talk about Brewers affiliates. 4 seasons. 4? 5. If you count Dominican Summer League as 2, but 4 seasons already wrapped up for the Milwaukee Brewers, but these guys are still playing.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday won 8-1 over the Gwinnett Stripers. That is the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. Bruce Zimmerman, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run in the contest. Luis Arias, guy cannot stop tearing the cover off the baseball. 1 for 3, had a double, 3 RBIs in the contest. Justin Yeager was a guy that we talked about earlier in the season. He got called up. 1 inning, 1 strikeout yesterday for Nashville. It'll be Alex Cornelli pitching for the Sounds today as they will take on the Stripers about 6:30 for first pitch.
Biloxi Shuckers.
All right, we had to move on because the Shuckers, man, I said that lineup yesterday. It was absolutely stacked, okay? We saw Brett Retrowski go 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts yesterday. Matthew Wood was 1 for 2 with a double and 2 walks. Blake Burke, all he does is homer now, 1 for 4 with a 3-run bomb, a run scored, and he walked on top of that. Why have I said all of this stuff first? Well, because this guy in his AA debut doing a little bit of action, Jesus Made.
Jesus Made, infield in, and the pitch to Made, and he drives one toward right center field, and Nishida goes over, and he cannot get it. In to score is Warren. Spain on his way home, and Made has his first AA hit. It's a 3-base hit. It's a 2-run triple, and it's now 4-1 Biloxi in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, you know, this guy can barely vote, right? He can't even drink. He's 18 years old. He went 2 for 5, including that 2-run triple you just heard with that audio courtesy of the Birmingham Barons. 9-4, Biloxi would win in the contest. Made, number 5 prospect in all of baseball, gets 2 hits in his AA debut. I was talking with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, and this guy might be in AAA next year. He might be at a faster pace than Jackson Churio right now because he's been tearing the cover off the baseball. If you remember his 27 games with the Timber Rattlers, he was batting .343 in that stretch, and he is the 5th Southern League hitter since 2005 to reach AA at 18 years old. That's it, like ever now. He's on the trajectory of like your Bryce Harpers, your Juan Sotos at this point, your Jackson Churios, I guess you can say. But if he finishes out this week strong, has a good playoff push with the Shuckers, you're talking about a guy who has all the opportunity in the world to be with the Nashville Sounds next year, probably for the full season, more or less. I would maybe see if he could be a September call-up or something. I don't think he'd be a 40-man roster guy with AAA Nashville, but Man, is he good right now. Pitching today, Bishop Letson making his Double-A debut after he got called up last week. That'll be exciting for sure. Just a reminder of the Brewers' top 10 prospects in case you guys missed it, just because Bishop Letson is the Brewers' number 7 in the farm. Jesus Mate at number 1. He's the number 5 prospect in all of baseball still. Luis Pena is the Brewers' number 2 prospect. He's at number 16 per MLB Pipeline. Cooper Pratt, number 3, is at number 51. Jefferson Cuero, Brewers number 4, is still the number 62 prospect per Pipeline. Logan Henderson, who hopefully we see him at the end of this month, is the Brewers number 5 prospect, number 86 overall. That's all the top 100 guys for the Brewers, and they're rounding out their top 10. Andrew Fisher, Brewers first-round pick from this past MLB draft. He is number 6. Bishop Letson we'll see today in Double-A at number 7. Luke Adams, number 8. Braylon Payne, number 9. Marco Dingus is the top 10. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Still got a little bit of time for Eye on the Enemy after him. And then, of course, Drew Wagner at 1:15 will join the program thanks to Focus Baseball. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to our guy, Austin Herdino with the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup, in case you guys missed it earlier: Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. Jackson Churio in left field will bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bowers at first base bats fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, rounds things out. He will bat ninth for the Crew. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can find him over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook because he's the manager of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Austin Herdina joining the show. Mr. Herdina, how are we today, my friend?
Very well, Tommy. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, of course, every day. I mean, this show is not complete without a parlay for the people with Austin Herdina, because usually it's going pretty well with the Brewers losing all the time. It's not going great now, Austin.
No, it's not. We still got a pretty healthy lead in the division. That's good. But, yeah, it's Phillies are closing the gap for the number one seed. We want to make sure we keep home field advantage. So I think we're about 2 or 2.5 games up right now.
3.5, I think it is.
Oh,
3.5. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I thought it was even closer. Yeah. So that's good. At least we got that going. But we need to get a win in this series here. So let's hope the Brewers get it done today.
Yeah, could absolutely use it. Brewers are 89-57. Philly 85-60. 3.5 game. Just had to confirm. Now, looking at the betting odds over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Brewers money line minus 124 today. The slight favorite over Texas, plus 135 on the 1.5 run line if you want to take the Brewers to win by more than 1.5, and the over under set at 7 today. Austin, what are you looking at today? Courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook with those betting odds to make a nice little parlay for the people.
You know, Tommy, the Texas Rangers are a good team, but Freddie Peralta is on a different level right now. If you look at his last, I don't know how many starts it is going back now, but he's gotten at least, 5 innings pitched and no runs, and he's just been really hot lately, right?
Yeah, it's a 29 scoreless inning streak right now for Peralta.
Yeah, it's historic, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that I just, with that price, Brewers is a small favorite with Peralta on the mound. I got to take that. So we're taking the Brewers to win. Terang, I at the top of the order still. He's struggling the last few games, but I like him to come through with a hit today. And then Christian Yelich to get an RBI. I think hopefully it just starts with Terang getting on base to start the game and Yelich driving him in. So put those three together is plus 410 today.
Plus 410, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, with Brewers money line Bryce Terang to record a hit and Christian Yelich to record an RBI. Plus 410, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Well, if all of this happens, I'll be happy, because that means the Brewers will win, and they need one desperately here now to get to 90 and just get some momentum back in their favor. Austin, they haven't been swept since that Yankees series, the very first series of the year.
I did not know that. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they've really turned it around since that series, indeed, and that was just, blow everything up from that moment on, everyone thought. But the Brewers now the best record in baseball since the opening weekend, of course. Austin, what's going on over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook people need to know about? Thursday night, tomorrow, Packers back on too.
Packers are back on tomorrow. I will be there. So if you come into the sportsbook, you won't see me because I'll be at Lambeau having a good time.
Nice.
But if you're not going to the game and you want to come in and enjoy the game, plenty of seating available still. It is going to be a fun time. I know that the crowd at the game is doing a whiteout. The Packers are going to be in their all white uniforms and helmets. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, come on in. And then also this Saturday, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, big boxing fight, biggest fight I can recall in the last couple of years. UFC Noche is what it's called this year. That's prelims are at 2, I believe, and the main card's at 5. So we got all that. We'll be on our big screens as well as all of our Brewers games. If you're looking at coming in for a Brewers game, one of the home games, make sure you're using our shuttle because it is free. So you just come place a bet at our sportsbook counter or have a food and beverage purchase at our restaurant, and you're going to get a bracelet, and that bracelet gets you on the shuttle. And those start an hour before the game, and they will end an hour after the game. And they'll take you right from our sportsbook to the park, and then on the way back, same kind of thing. You're going to end up right at our sportsbook. So it's just such a great experience.
Yeah, should be awesome. Austin Herdina, sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Make sure you guys use that shuttle as well. It's going to be great. I might use it at the end of the month. I'm thinking about getting out there. We'll see if everything works out perfectly, that I'll be able to go to this game, but absolutely want to look over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook for that shuttle service because it's growing and it's awesome. And even though you might think it's crowded, you guys got 3 buses going still too. That always makes it such a nice experience. Austin Herdina's parlay for the people one more time. Brewers money line, Bryce Terang to record a hit, Christian Yelich to record an RBI. It'll pay plus 410 courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day. Have fun at the game tomorrow. We will not talk. There's no Brewers game. So go Packers, and, of course, go Brewers.
Thanks, Tommy. Go Brewers.
Yes, there he is. Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel, and I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
A little bit of time here before we got to get to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, pick his brain a little bit about yesterday and today. Freddie Peralta going up against Merrill Kelly in the pitching matchup. Freddie's 30th start of the season coming up. Hasn't pitched since Thursday against Philadelphia and the no decision of the 2-0 loss in that game. Some guys in the lineup to look at against Freddie Peralta. Jake Berger. He is 3 for 11, has a homer in his career off of Freddie Peralta. Jock Peterson, 2 for 10, but 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Jonah Heim is 2 for 4. Ezekiel Duran, 1 for 4. Adolis Garcia, 1 for 5 as well. Has done some good things against Wyatt Langford, 0 for 2, no hits yet. Looking at the other side, Merrill Kelly. If you remember the name, he's a little more notable with the Arizona Diamondbacks back in the day, and that has proved to have some experience in this lineup, but not a lot of positive to report for the Brewers against Kelly. Terang is 0 for 4. Jake Bauers 0 for 2. Blake Perkins 0 for 2. Danny Jansen's 0 for 1. All of those guys have yet to record a hit. Jackson Churio and Caleb Durbin, the only 2 men in the order that have not seen Merrill Kelly. Sal Frelick is 1 for 1 in his career off of him. And Christian Yelich, who has the most experience, he has 20 career at-bats against Merrill Kelly. He has just 2 hits, a 100 batting average for Christian Yelich in his career off Merrill Kelly. Also has 10 strikeouts in that time. So Kelly has had his way with Brewers bats before. Today, hoping to change that is Milwaukee as they are gearing up for the final game of the series against the Texas Rangers. Of course, the Brewers, as I mentioned earlier, looking to avoid their first sweep since the opening weekend of the year. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Make sure that we are all on the same page heading into this final game here against the Texas Rangers. It is the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 1057 FM, The Fan studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one more time for you guys here today. Bryce Terang at second base will lead things off. Jackson Churio in left field will bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bowers at first base bats fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, batting eighth. Rounding things out for the Crew, the shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
What's the latest on the Crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Joining us now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at by Andrew Wagner. On the Fan Guest Hotline, it is Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Mr. Wagner, good morning for you, afternoon for us, and happy Wednesday, my friend.
Yes, good morning and afternoon to all you normies out there.
And all the normies out there. I can't believe you don't like to use the word vibes, but you use the word normie.
I'm hip, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been helping. I've been working on it with you. I'm glad that we are all together now as one. Kind of like the exact opposite, it feels like, of the Brewers. Drew, even when things looked good yesterday, where they have that inning where they start to work things out and get things back and make it 3-1 right after Texas responds. I mean, Michael Hellman, what a series this guy is having against the Crew.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of Chris Taylor and the Dodgers all those years. You know, hitting home runs, robbing home runs, doing everything. And you run into that sometimes. Listen, the Rangers are hot. They're playing for their playoff life right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they came into this a game and a half out. It's a tough park to hit. It's a tough park to play if you don't play there regularly. So defensively, it's a little tough. I mean, it's just funny though, because all we've heard the last couple of weeks is, oh, the Brewers don't have enough pop. The Brewers don't have enough pop, barrel rate, whatever, all that crap. And they absolutely crush a couple of balls yesterday. Terang and Durbin come to mind, and boom, long flyouts. It's just how it goes sometimes, you know. Murph said it best. They haven't really had a stretch where the baseball gods are against them for extended periods of time. And these last two games, man, they certainly have been.
It sure feels like it, right? Hellman robbed the homer off Terang yesterday. But Jake Bowers, Drew, kind of validating the decision to keep him on the ball club yesterday, the 443-foot homer, pinch hit appearance. They saw Rhys Hoskins pinch hit in the ball game as well. Is that something you expect to see a lot of down the stretch, just to keep a lot of swings, whether it is Bowers or Vaughn or Hoskins starting that day? Do you expect to see a lot more pinch hit appearances from all three of those guys in their respective roles down the stretch here?
Yeah, I think so. That seems to be the way they've got it lined up right now, or the way they're hoping to utilize all those guys. You know, we heard Murph talk about how they've got a lot of offense between those dudes, and you know, that's how you want to deploy. You need offense, you need pop, and those guys, they have the ability to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Follow him on Twitter at by Andrew Wagner. Drew, today an off day for Contreras. Getting into today's ball game, Danny Jansen is catching. I don't know, like, is Freddie kind of like the pros pro on that, where he doesn't mind who's catching him during the day, or Is it something that the Brewers ultimately make a decision on when they want to see Contreras have an off day or not? What goes into that decision-making process on who's catching for your supposed ace, Drew?
I think Freddie is kind of that pro where, there are some guys that they prefer to throw to a certain receiver, and we've seen that in the past. Randy Wolf and George Gutierrez.
Yeah. Yes. I love George Gutierrez, man. I will always bring up George Gutierrez.
And some guys, they just are able to work with anybody. And, I think that happens more often than not with younger pitchers. Usually it's the veterans that are more inclined to work with one guy. But, I don't really think it matters. Freddie's Freddie, one way or the other.
Freddie Peralta on the bump today, Drew. He comes into this game with a lot of success this season. He's first in wins. He's got the second lowest opponent's batting average, the second lowest hits per nine, the fifth lowest ERA in all of the major leagues. Drew, now, do you expect things to really start ramping up with Freddie Peralta in this month of September to get him ready for October? Or do you think that it's more of a, now we know what we've gotten out of Freddie this year, he's done a great job to get us to this point, maybe a shorter leash on Peralta in his starts in September so that he is healthy for October?
Kind of hard to say because he really hasn't pitched deep in the games. He hasn't had much of a workload.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to balance that bullpen health. It helps having an off day tomorrow, so maybe you push him a little bit. But again, it all depends how the game is going. If Freddie doesn't have it, if he's laboring, if his pitch comes high, they're not going to ride him into the sunset today.
No, I don't think that would be smart necessarily either. Drew, the last time the Brewers have been swept in a series this year?
Cannot recall off the top of my head.
It was New York. It was the first series of the year, Drew.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's, you have to be playing some pretty good ball to get away with that. So good on them.
Well, you remember like last year, right? They never lost more than, was it 4 games in a row? And then they lost
3.
it was 3. So they never lost more than 3 games in a row. And then the sky was falling after they lost the first 4 games of the year. Now they looked terrible in those first 4 games, to be fair, including giving up 20 runs in one of those games to New York. But that's got to say something that this team figured it out, and pretty much, Drew, you can say the same thing about them again this year, in which they're never losing more than 3 games in a row.
Yep. I mean, it's consistency. It's winning series. That's what it comes down to. You win a vast majority of your series, you're going to find yourself in a good position come the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew, one more thing for you before I let you go. The bottom of the order, it feels like when they are at their best, that's when the Brewers are at their best. And they've been with the, now Danny Jansen is like kind of got to get slotted into the 8th spot. And, they had the pinch hit appearances yesterday. The bottom of the order coming down the stretch here, I'm talking about Caleb Durbin, Blake Perkins, your Joey Ortiz is all over there. Do they have to find some sort of rhythm again to get this team really back at its full capacity? Because going into yesterday, it's been a really rough stretch for Durbin and Ortiz specifically, and we were looking at them as a key to the game yesterday.
Yeah, they got to get going. The Brewers need to get some production on those guys. When the Brewers' offense is going best, the bottom of the lineup guys are producing. And it doesn't mean hitting home runs. Doesn't come out. It just means they're getting on base. They're keeping things going. And so far, you haven't seen that of late. But you really need to get those bottom guys going again.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew, thank you so much for popping on today. We'll do it again on Friday, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Sounds good, brother.
There he is, Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Follow his work. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Keys to the game. I am listening down the line here as Jay and Mitch are mad at me for not going down to the Potawatomi Sportsbook, it sounds like.
you. I just think you're scared of me.
I'm not scared of Jay. I am. Oh yeah, Mitch, you got me. You got me now, Mitch.
I had a couple drinks at lunch, so I'm feeling great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Mitch Nellis here joining us on the leadoff show at the back end. Mitch, what are you looking at today for the Brewers to get things back rolling in the right direction?
I actually, this is going to sound weird. I'm actually not so concerned about getting back in the right direction.
Really?
Like I want Freddie to do right. I want Freddie to do Freddie things. And if he's only going to pitch 5 shutout innings, do I want more from him? Yes. But am I okay with that? Yes. I want everybody to just go out and play baseball. That's what the Brewers do. They play baseball. Don't make outs on the base paths. Don't make errors. Just go out and play Brewers baseball, and everything else will take care of itself. I just want everybody to be okay. I want everybody to feel good. I really want to win the game, but I'm not going to like. And I'm looking. I think they're going to burn through the bullpen with the day off tomorrow. So all hands on deck. Do what you can to win this game, but don't get crazy about it. Like, realize that a month from now is way more important than today. Just play Brewers baseball. Just stop getting thrown out on the bases and just do your thing.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Mitch.
Am I wrong?
No, you're all over it. I feel the same way. Don't get thrown out tagging up on first to second, right? Stuff
Seriously,
like that. That
Jackson.
was all over the place. Play a clean.
We all saw that coming. We knew that was going to happen too. Like, hit that ball. I'm like, Jackson's going to tag up on this to get thrown out. There was no doubt in my mind that's what was going to happen.
Well, hopefully they get things moving in the right direction. You ready for the last half hour of your show today here, my friend?
Let's go, baby. Middays with Thunder in his house.
Very nice. Well, I'll wrap things up here. Mitch Nellis will take you guys all the way up until 2:00. That's going to do it for us here on the leadoff show. Don't go anywhere, though. The last half hour of Middays with Thunder coming up, and then at 2:00, it'll be Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's with Mr. Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 2 to 5 today. Charlie Hughes will be producing both of those programs, so call Charlie, say hi to Charlie while you're at it as well. Make sure you guys are checking out all your favorite local programming here at the Fan. That is Pack-A-Day Radio, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nellis as well from 9 a.m. to 11. That's presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. No leadoff show tomorrow, though. We'll be back on Friday as that game has a 7:10 first pitch. That'll be an extended version, though, as well with Wisconsin Sports Daily going till 5:30, and I will go from 5:30 to 7. Tommy Wortz here on the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.